Warning: the following episode of Orsini's Uncensored Mind contains explicit language and adult content. The thoughts and opinions stated on the show are reflective of AJ Orsini and his guests exclusively. But seriously, guys, the show's called Uncensored. If you got a problem with bad language, I really don't give a shit.
LAX has returned to the impact zone! And here we go, look at this! Who are these guys? They came from behind us to these other members of LAX!
Rosemary just dropped on her head. Oh. Conan with a steel chair. This is an all-out assault!
Oh!
Well, it's LAX, but Conan and Homicide have not come alone.
Oh, they came! Look at this! Oh! They brought destruction with them, baby!
Welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and now your host, AJ Orsini.
How the hell is everybody out there? This is your boy, your main man, your job soul brother from another mother. This is your host of Orsini's Uncensored Mind. I am AJ Orsini, and we are ever but so close, mere 2 weeks, if you will, away from our 100th episode extravaganza. I am working diligently to make that last part, extravaganza, really mean something. So there's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. If you haven't been keeping track of the show, first of all, shame on you. But secondly, the 100th episode is going to be a huge celebration for myself and for the people who have been involved with this show pretty much since day one. It's going to mean so much to me. It's going to be an emotional night. I will surely be spent mentally on that day. So until then, I got to still put in the work. And I've been saying for weeks that it's been a while since I've done an interview because I just haven't had the time. I've been running around like crazy. As those of you who follow the show religiously know, I do schooling. I got a 4-year-old. I work full time. I do the wrestling stuff. There's but so many hours in a day. And so my last interview was way back when. It was episode 72 with the House of Glory Crown Jewel Champion Montequilla. Good time, good memories with him, not to be copyrighted or get sued or anything like that. But that was a good time. And there was a lot of interview opportunities in between. There were some set up that got canceled and rearranged, not just from their end, but from mine as well. Well, I've had to cancel different guest spots coming through. It's just been a mess. I've just been so all over the place. But as of late, recently, I've been getting my shit together. Everything's kind of moving into place. It's becoming a beautiful, beautiful thing. So, real quick, before I make this this next introduction here, we're gonna pay a few bills here really quickly. Real quick, because I don't want to interrupt what I'm about to do for you guys here. So I'm going to get it all the way out of here. First of all, obviously, the 100th episode, like I just said, we're going to be live, baby. Live, back at the studio over at Connecticut School of Broadcasting over in New Jersey. The same place I did my 1-year anniversary and my WrestleMania roundtable from live. We're going to be live. We're going to be taking phone calls. What is that number? Last week I did not have it in front of me. This week I do. 910. Is that it? No, 609-910-0687. There it is. That's the phone number there to call in. Not right now, obviously. If you're dialing that number now, you are a fool. That number will not connect you to me. It will connect you surely to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, I believe. So I would hold off on dialing that number until July 30th. Tuesday, July 30th, we're going live for 2 hours, 5 to 7. My usual live time is 6 p.m. That won't be the case today. Not today. Again, confusion. That won't be the case Tuesday, July 30th. We're going to be going a little earlier, 5 to 7 That's going to be the time period in which we're doing the show live. That's the number to call. If you don't have the opportunity to call, that is cool, because we will be broadcasting live on the Facebook page, the official Orsini's Uncensored Mind Facebook page. The first time I went live, I was on MESN Radio, which is the broadcasting server that they use over at that studio. And while a lot of people were able to listen to the show, a lot of other people had complications, and they weren't able to call because of those complications. It was just a mess. The second time we went, this is how it went. The first show, we had good calls. We had problem with the listening server. The second time, we had a problem with the listening server. We couldn't get on MESN Radio, which also negated the calls, but we had a much better listening turnout when we went on Facebook. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine the two worlds together for the ultimate, this is going to be the Megazord of shows. We're going to do the phone calls with the fucking streaming service. So it's going to be live on the official Orsini's Uncensored Mind Facebook page, not the group, the page is where the link will be. I'll share it in the group, and I'll share it on my page, and hopefully you guys who are listening will share it on yours as well. But it will be live on the official page. That, again, is July 30th, Tuesday, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I already gave you guys the number. Again, that is 609-910-0687. That'll be the information for that. Another thing to get through just really, really quickly as we divulge into this, I needed to give you guys a bit of a disclaimer. So what happened was the interview you were about to hear, obviously you clicked on the link. The surprise, it's not really a surprise to you. Santana and Ortiz, former four-time Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, two of my good friends that I came up in the industry with until they surpassed me by light years. They're doing huge right now in the industry. They took the time to sit with me and do me the solid of giving me the interview that I have been trying to get pretty much since I started this podcast. So it took 98 weeks, essentially, to get the fucking sit-down. But we finally made it happen, and the only way we were really able to do that, because schedule-wise, it's always been the problem. With my schedule's fucked up, or their schedule's fucked up. But we just happened, it's been a while, but we just happened to be at the same fucking show. The Homicide tribute, hashtag 5150 by Game Changer Wrestling over in Brooklyn. We just happened to be at the same place, the same time, and Ortiz was like, yo, bring your shit, and we'll try to make this work. And sure enough, we did. I had to lug all of my equipment into a bag and hold on to it for over 4 hours, just to sit for about 45 or 50 minutes. But it was totally worth it. We did manage to find an area where we can sit, slightly untouchable in our own little nook there to do this interview. But as you'll hear throughout the course of this, that did not remain that way for the remainder of the filming. So I didn't really know how long I was going to be able to be backstage interviewing these two guys. It's kind of a taboo deal. Luckily, I know the people, like I said, a Game Changer, everything was cool. I got permission to do everything that I did, but I didn't want to push my luck. So to stop and rewind and do over, I just didn't have that option. So we rolled all the way through. There were a few things that I was able to edit here in post that would cut down the time a little bit so the interview flows a little better. But overall, there's going to be, I'm just giving you guys the heads up. There's interruptions, people saying goodbye to the guys while they're being filmed. There's drunk assholes coming up to the microphone to talk shit. And by drunk assholes, I mean fucking huge-ass superstars. But in that moment, they're assholes. But, I mean, like guys like Eddie Kingston, AEW's Joey Janela comes on at some point and gives this amazing story toward the end. So there's just a lot of components here jumping in. And, of course, the two guys were all just so awesome about the information that they gave. I didn't think they would go as deep in as they did, a little bit more behind the curtain. I tried to ask the right questions without going too far, because I understand that we're all professionals, and at this point, even though I'm not a professional journalist, that I'm doing an interview. So the whole point here is to give you guys something that you want to listen to, something you guys want to hear. So, obviously asking the right questions is important. But at the same time, they're my friends, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble. So it was a very thin line, but they kept pushing that line a little further, meaning that they were giving me opportunities to ask a little bit a little bit more in-depth and serious questions. So just giving you guys the heads up. This was at the after party of the show, so there's a little bit of music in the background. There's some, I think it was Julius Smokes hosting the after party. The so he's in the background doing a bunch of shit. The longer the video goes, the better the audio got. We started recording this like right in the midst of the fucking after party. So just bear with us as we get through. Trust me, you'll be able to hear the guys just fine. If you're listening to this in the car, it's going to probably sound really busy because of all the background stuff. I tried my best to kind of dumb that down and just focus on the interview, but I wanted to give you guys the heads up on that. So there will be obviously an episode 99. I wanted to get a little bit more personal on the guests for 99. And then, of course, obviously 100, where I will not only have Stephen James with me yet again, working the ones and twos, but a few more friends. We're going to make this a family event. Today we're doing the interview with good friends, but legitimate superstars. And in the next few weeks, we're going to be doing a little bit more closer to me, closer to the vest. So bear with us all here. It's all going to be great and awesome to listen to. Okay, so here's some audio disclaimers for you. 100th episode, ProWrestlingTees.com/AGOUM. Obviously, Podbean is not the only source. I've told you guys a million times. There's a million platforms that I'm on. iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. I mean, you name it, I'm on it. Google Orsini's Uncensored Mind, and that should give you the app of your choosing to listen to the show. So that's enough from me. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. This interview was about 45 minutes to about 45 minutes. So even with this little intro here, we're still staying within the hour. So everything just kind of worked out. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you learn something. I hope you laugh. I hope everything just works itself out. So this is finally, I get to introduce episode 98. I am bequeathing unto all of you episode 98. LAX interview featuring Eddie Kingston and Joey Janela. So enjoy, guys. I hope you guys get giggles out of this shit, and I will see you next week. After the interview is over, I'm going to go right into my ending shit, and you won't hear me again. So I will see you fucking guys next week. Peace.
Hey everybody, Orsini here, and as I said on the social media there, I was going to be at Game Changer Wrestling. I was going to be at the tribute to Homicide, hashtag 5150. I said it a week ago, without Homicide, there is no Orsini, and I am surrounded. I'm in a room full of others who feel exactly the same way. They have referenced him tonight as the King of New York about 3 or 4 or 5 times. And he's still roaming around here in the building. I am surrounded by talent. I've been given the opportunity to be backstage, and I'm getting into it. Mr. Kingston's in the house. How you doing, Mr. Kingston?
Yo, they suck.
We got a lot of things coming here, but I have to open this whole thing up by saying I have been talking about these particular friends of mine for a long time, and I kept saying for weeks and weeks and weeks. I hope I'll get a chance to get them on the show at some point. And I came to them, they came to me, we met in the middle on a great night, and they're here. I wasn't fucking around, guys. I actually do know these guys. I am with the Santana Ortiz, 4 times the World Tag Team Champions for Impact Wrestling. Guys, welcome to Orsini's Uncensored Mind.
Yo, shout out to Babito and Stretch Armstrong. After that great introduction, thank you. I just have to say, the only thing you were missing is that we are the 2 sexiest Puerto Rican studs on this goddamn planet.
Well, with the Me Too movement going around, I can't be too careful about who I put that information on. I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable with all this.
Not at all.
But we are live.
It's 2019. They know I'm uncomfortable.
Hey, it's for everybody. It's for everybody, though.
Yeah.
We are here at the Villain in Brooklyn. After party's in the back. I got as far away from the music as I can, but if you can hear it, that is my bad. I will try to deal with this audio a little bit. But the more important part is I got the superstars here with me. Okay?
Amazing setup. We're literally in the corner in this big ass garage.
With the board and the headphones on and the Modelo's and the energy drinks.
And just to paint the picture for the people listening, I was just like, hey, maybe we need to find a quiet space. He said, find me a plug.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Which I lucked out. I got 2. So my laptop's in and my board
and we're
is in.
sitting in this corner with the most professional on-the-go setup that I've ever seen.
There's wires everywhere, but it's all good. Yeah.
People usually got, the little gimmick, the little box gimmick, and they just plug a couple of things and microphones in. But yeah, he got a whole soundboard and everything.
That's how I used to.
He legit brought his studio.
And held it for mad hours in a suit.
He did. So we had to do this.
They felt obligated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I of all the people that you guys do interviews with, I actually have one small advantage. I've known you guys for forever.
Yeah, long time.
I was known us since, before that, but you really got to know us when we were just started tagging.
That's right. Well,
straight up. Yeah.
Which is one of the stories I wanted to start with here in the beginning because I said this on the show before, but now that you're all here, before you guys got together, you were singles, and when you got together, and I'll name drop here because he told me not to, so I specifically will. Pete Rodriguez, a mutual friend among us, right? We hated the pairing. We actually were not fans of the pairing. The two of you were so different at the time, where it was just like, wow, this doesn't make any sense. It just seems like we're slapping two people together. But you guys have morphed, you've evolved, you've gelled over time, and now I can't see you apart, which is a good thing, I guess. You guys are a team.
We always say, together we make the perfect one wrestler.
100%.
Form like Voltron.
Form like Voltron, the big muscle hose.
He makes up for my weaknesses, and I make up for his weaknesses. That's
the
pretty much
team
what it
started,
is.
what's that, 2012, 2011? When do you actually track that back?
2011.
We have an argument about this all the time.
The video that's online, which is our very first. I see.
Was that the 5-star or the tag?
No, it was our very first tag match together. It was at in the Bronx.
All Money is Legal.
Yeah, All Money is Legal. And that video was uploaded in 2011, so I go by.
So let's go by 2011. We'll go by that. Yeah.
All right.
That was our first tag match. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We had talked about it before that point. That was right before we got to Brooklyn, before we went to the Ludas.
Yes, which that word is said a lot on my show because I always manage to, because I try to bring in guys who are world traveled and I try to get different perspectives, but it just so happens a lot of those guys from that class came out to do a bunch of shit. So a lot of my my circle revolves around that place. You guys obviously being the most famous of the group thus far. Pat on the back for all that work you guys have put in. But let's fast forward a little. I didn't want to dabble too much into the past. I want to talk a little bit more about today. Take me into a day in the life because I have been trying to get you on the show since like episodes 40 something, and I have my 100th episode in 2 weeks. I'm going live.
We should have waited. We should have waited.
You guys won't be here on my 100th episode.
So can we copy and paste this into 100?
I could.
Yeah, there you
go.
go.
Want to leave a message for 100 now?
Yeah, you can release it as
I'll play it. I'm going to be live, so we can play the audio again. Or you can call in on whatever plane you're on, or whatever country. If you don't want to hit the roaming charges.
When you filming
I'm recording it in the studio in New Jersey.
When? What day?
Tuesday, July 30th.
We'll be home.
You will be home.
Yeah.
So
July 30th?
Tuesday is a Tuesday. Where are we on a Tuesday?
No, well, I'm going to be training.
There you go. See, he's got
the... You can still fucking call? What time? I'm sorry for dropping that.
It goes from 5 to 7.
It'll be all right.
You just saved me a bunch of time. I was going to plug that later, but you just saved me
5 to 7 on July 30th. It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're now listening for the 100th episode. You've heard this man speak 100 times. Here he is. Orsini, the man, the myth, the legend. Ow!
Oh, man.
It's terrible. No, it's not terrible.
There's a snippet.
Thank you. I'm probably going to open with that now that I know that we're doing that. You guys right now are rocking as the LAX, Latin American Exchange. You just went out there tonight against the OGs, the original LAX. Talk to me about the emotion about tonight, being in there with these guys that you look to as role models, now literally passing the torch on to you guys to carry this load.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions.
Yeah, they're pretty consistent on putting you guys over and letting everybody know you guys are next.
100%. Man, Homicide could have wrestled anybody. It's his show.
Yeah.
If he would have said he wanted to wrestle Blase, they'll be here.
Blase would have been here.
Blase would have been here. You know what I mean?
In a shoot-style matchup.
Yeah, I mean, he could have picked anyone. And he picked us, and that's just an honor in itself, man.
And just to be back here with all the guys,
yeah, we were talking earlier. We were looking around. We were like, yo, if 15, 16 or us, right here, right now, we'd be marking the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we were. We were still marking
And now you got your own corner. You're taking photos with the boys.
All these guys back here are all the guys that we grew up watching, and we grew up, seeking out those VHS tapes and going to all the old indie shows and seeing all these guys. So to be back here and to be seen as a peer and seen as someone that's carrying that same tradition of what they did, I mean, that in itself, we didn't even have to wrestle. I like the fact that we're here and we were invited and to be a part of all this, and it's awesome.
I wish we didn't wrestle and we were just here backstage and we got to watch the show.
You know, it's been a common theme for tonight. There's so many wrestlers that were like, man, I really wish I could have just gotten
watch the whole thing,
to see him perform and do his thing. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people were walking around asking if this was a last hurrah. It's not. It's just a celebration of the career
Happy
overall.
birthday.
25 years.
Yeah.
I'll take it back for me. There was a situation when my career literally first started where Homicide kept interjecting just to get me more screen time or more mic time because I guess he saw a little something in me too at the very beginning. But the idea, I think he said it best inside the ring here, you never know whose life you're going to touch.
Yeah.
And as long as your career goes, you guys now are in a different level. You guys just made mention about being in that corner, and man, if we would have been here a few years ago, would have been marking out. You guys wear those colors with so much pride, that blue, that red, that star, and when you have OGs like that look to you and say, you're next, is this more, at this stage, is it more than a wrestling career? Are you putting all that on your shoulder now saying, yeah, I want to be that person?
It's our legacy.
And not only that, like, it's always been more, for me, and like what we're doing now, it's
Because you literally wear it on your chest.
Yeah, bro. it's been more than just wrestling for me. This is something that, like we always say, we just want to show kids from where we're from that it's possible. It doesn't matter what you've gone through. It doesn't matter what you're dealing with today. It doesn't matter. As long as you dedicate yourself to something and you're fucking obsessed and you're willing to do whatever it takes.
Keyword,
whatever
obsessed.
it takes to get to where you need to get to.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
You know how many times people told us,
get a real job.
get a real job, what are you doing? Our family too, you know,
Of course.
coming from a Latino family, coming from a Puerto Rican family, like, they don't get it. What do
Right.
we, at 19, we're supposed to be already having a job, be in a union, getting ready to have kids, get married. At 25, we should have a house, and, you know, that's what you do. That's the era they came from. So when they see us, like, going and destroying ourselves, coming back, not making no money, getting a hot dog, you know, or the handshake, for a lack of a better term, and just killing ourselves for nothing. Like, it took a really long time for my father personally to get it. I know for a fact his mother just didn't get it, and she goes, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Both of you, you're crazy. Why are you hurting yourselves? And people don't get it unless you do it. You get it, you've been in the ring.
Yeah.
And just, there's something about it. It's a drug. We're addicted to it. You know
The
what I mean?
happiest day of my mother's life was when I put the suit on.
Yeah.
Because she was like, this is great, because you can
Yes.
still do the business and not kill yourself
Little
anymore.
does she know, you'll throw on the mask.
Yeah,
I'm not
'cause
trying
I
to
didn't
blow,
listen.
I'm not trying to blow those spots.
Listen, I will always admit to the fact that as much passion as I had, I never really had the skill to get as far as I wanted to get. My skill set always leaned more toward in the other direction. Once I accepted that, it was a much easier transition for me. Talk to me a little bit about those lows, because Santana, you and I have had many a conversation at many wrestling shows where during this time period where you weren't getting a whole lot, you were trying to get the team over, get the brand over, and there were many a conversation where we sat down and you just kept looking at me because you just had your daughter at that time, your family situation was kind of up and down. You were like, I really don't know how much longer I can do this. Ortiz, I know you went through a similar situation. You just recently had a child yourself.
Yep.
Talk to a little bit about those sacrifices, because a lot of people right now, I think, are seeing the up. They're not, a lot of new fans will say, is now seeing the up. They see you guys
100%.
go in there and do your thing, and you're like one of the top acts in the world now. But they weren't there at the very, very, very beginning. Talk to me about what it was like for the two of you to bond together and say, we're going to fucking do this.
You know what? It all comes full circle, because the reason that you brought up him having that situation where he was at a place where He had left his job. He was unemployed. We were grinding on the indies. We're every weekend.
I used to pick him up from work to go to shows.
Yo, grind.
With the slacks and the button downs.
Monday through Friday, this man will go work 40 hours. Have to be a dad when he gets home, right? Tired always, of course. You know how it is working that 9 to 5, man. It drains you. No matter what you do, it's mentally draining. It's physically draining. And then he would go on the weekends and have to put a work in. Like, he can't go on the weekends and he's doing all this, and then all of a sudden he shows up on the weekend and phones it in. And I think that's where we got that work ethic from, because it's like, I'm doing so much just to support this, just so we can make it, just so my family can eat, that this has to work. Yeah. And he said those words, he goes, wrestling has to work. Yeah. Like, I'm not taking no for an answer. Yeah. And he was at the point where he was unemployed, he was collecting our unemployment check, and he's like, damn, like, wrestling has to work out, because if I go back and get another job, then I don't think wrestling's gonna fold, you know what I mean, for him at that point.
Because I needed to do whatever I needed to do to take care of my family, because that's my number one priority. Yeah. So, you know, when I quit my job, I was scared, I was nervous, there was anxiety, I was depressed, but like he said, I told myself, wrestling has to work now. Yeah. And we're gonna fucking do whatever it takes, whatever we need to do to get to where we need to get to. Let's do it. And I'm all in. I'm there. I'm all in.
The answer to that question was knowing Homicide. It all goes full circle.
Yeah.
The fact that we have a bigger audience now, we have a bigger brand now, the fact that people even know who the fuck we are is because of Homicide. It literally had no contact with Impact, TNA, with them at all. And then we randomly got an email from Jeremy Borash, and I've told the story.
Also, shout out to Shane Strickland too.
And I was going to get there.
Strickland texted me at like almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Legit. I was in my bed, and I felt I usually put the phone under for the alarm to wake up so I could take my daughter to school, and I had the phone there, and I felt it vibrate twice, and I was like, yo, who's hitting me up at 4 in the morning?
So it started with anger. Yeah. Like, I gotta beat the shit out of whoever just texted
first of all, who's texting me?
You trying to get me in trouble with my girl? I'm getting text at 4 a.m.
Who these bitches texting you in the middle of the morning?
Who's texting you for a booty call?
Once my girl sees the
but Shane, what kind of bitch is named Shane?
Exactly.
I know that's cold.
But
sugar sweet.
You fucking bitches named Shane?
So who's Shane now?
Shane now, right?
Shane
you think he's slick leaving vowels out?
Shane hit me up, and he goes, yo, is it okay if I give your number to Conan? And I replied at 4 in the morning.
Caps, all caps, yes.
Yeah.
He was probably in Cali at that point, right?
Yeah, probably.
That's why it was 3 hours. Same as 1 a.m.
They were taping for Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
I've had Conan's number in my phone for forever, but I've never used it because Ray gave it to me. Because I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to do something with you. He's like, here, and he gave me a number. He goes, oh, it's not mine, it was Conan's. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Handed me a number. That's it.
But to go back to the point. We were at that point in our lives, and we were just grinding. We were doing Beyond. We were going up to C4, but we were at the point where it's like we could see the ceiling, you know, the hypothetical glass ceiling, and we just needed to find a way to break through.
Yeah, we were at that time. We were just throwing.
Sorry, 1 second.
That's all right, though. Magic, the man himself. Yeah, the man himself. Thank you so much, sir. A lot of guys are breaking out here.
Thank you again for coming out for us. Thank you. Yes, sir. Be safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Get home safe. All right.
No problem at all. Listen, it's magic, baby. Don't worry about it. That's a magic moment. Go ahead.
So, that was a good line. Magic moment.
I'm really good with those.
Gift of gab, baby. So yeah, man. We were at that weird crossroads. You know what I mean? And I mean, deep down inside, I always knew we were going to make it. It was just a matter of where the hell we were going to go next. We needed to get to that next level. And then
you needed the exposure. You needed to be seen.
100%.
Let me just show them what I can do, and then the rest will take care of itself.
We just needed a bigger audience.
Yeah.
We were already at the point. We're always learning and we're always getting better. But we were at the point where we were ready to go. You know what I mean? And then we got that phone call. And then
which is my next question, because you just said you felt like you were ready to go. Your debut in Impact shocked the shit out of locker rooms across New York City.
Yeah.
I happened to be working the show the day that the taping happened.
No one knew.
And not only did no one knew, but it came on the screen because they had it on at the bar that we were, the backstage area, and it comes on, and the fucking place blew like. Nobody, like we all, like the whole room popped, and immediately we were like, "What?" And I'm sure you guys must have got because I was one of them. I was like, "What the fuck did I just see? Are you guys?" Because my thing is like because I think with WWE,
we didn't think anyone would be watching.
Yeah, well, with the major companies, like when you see them on, you just assume that they're contracted. With Impact, they kind of have like an open door system.
They do.
So our concern was like, okay, so are they on or are they on?
At that time, we didn't even know.
Well, see, we were all in the dark. I guess.
Yeah, we were all in the dark.
We were like, but I mean, that's great. It's great exposure for them. But I mean, like, are they in? Because we were like, all of us were just like, please. Like, I've never seen that many people like, sign them. You know, usually some asshole gets up and like, fuck, that could have been me. But I happened to be in a room where like all the boys were like, fuck, yes, please sign them, please, whatever you do. So you talk to me about that day. Like you guys are just you just like yourself. You didn't even know if you were signed just yet. Well, so it wasn't like just your stomach's churning. You just in Florida chilling.
We got the phone call, and literally 2 days later, we were flying down to Orlando.
Yeah, it was just I was at work. He was. To not go off 200 tangent.
We were at work. He was like, fuck this.
Oh, man. Immediately.
Big dick swinging in this office.
I was like, oh, man.
Impact Zone. Yeah, I mean, so, you guys are doing the whole getting rid of the
we got the
stuff.
phone call, right? Thanks to Shane Strickland and thanks to the approval of Homicide, because Conan didn't know who we were. So, whatever. We talked to the powers that be, and then we end up there that weekend. And then when we're there that weekend, we don't know what's going on. We literally disarray. At that moment in time, the company's gotten a lot better since then, but at that moment in time, there was a lot of cooks in the kitchen. There was a lot of agents, there was a lot of people. Obviously, at that time, Jeff Jarrett was the man. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But
shout out, by the way, you guys technically on paper are the last TNA World Tag Team Champions. Yeah,
unless somehow the company pops back up, but who knows?
Double J, he gave us our job. Man.
Double J gave us our jobs, along with Borash and Conan. It was many people.
Yeah.
The reason why we got
gave
there.
You this opportunity.
It gave us an opportunity. But anyway, so we're there that weekend. We do the run-in. What you saw, we come in and we jump the K, and we have that moment. Even at that point when we were going out, Conan was a little hesitant. He didn't know how the crowd was going to react. No. He didn't know if the people were going to remember or
shit on you because you're not the real LAX.
Exactly.
Right.
But even though we got some negativity, and we'll still get it to this day. This is not LAX, it's Homicide.
For those who haven't really been clipped in close.
And that's fine. And that's fine. I get that.
They must have been confused as fuck when you was facing the other LAX.
Yes.
What is this, like that Spider-Man meme where he points at the other Spider-Man?
Oh, you ever seen the matches with all the Tiger masks?
Oh, yeah.
50 Tiger masks in the ring.
All competing against
each other. But, we had that moment. It was a good reaction. It blew up on all the dirt sheets.
Yeah.
We got a lot of positive reaction. The crowd reacted to us positively, right? So later on that day, because it's broken up into tapings, we wrestle DCC. Kingston.
I was just going to say big shout out to James Storm for that pinfall victory right out the gun of the TNA OG.
He put us over and he could have been like, nope.
Yeah, word. He could have. He could have.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to see what Storm does here.
Yeah.
Because I know the Arsenal. I don't know if they knew it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, here comes.
But that was the test to see how we would do. Then they saw, oh shit. The general feel of everybody was like, there's a lot of guys that come from the indies, but y'all look like y'all belong on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's people that come from the indies and wrestle the indie style. And we still do that, of course. We go in there with Lucha Bros.
But again,
it's fireworks.
Thankfully, like we were saying, thanks to Storm and Bram.
Yes.
There was a lot of guys there. Like the American Wolves were still there.
We recently just wrestled them.
Yeah, like those guys, man. Schooled us and 100%. Smartened us up.
I was gonna ask, did you hear the phrase "slow the fuck down"?
About
no.
Actually,
we like to consider ourselves hybrid wrestling. We can adjust to what you need us to do. Okay. And I think that's why we've been so successful. Yeah. You need us to go through hardcore. I don't like doing hardcore matches.
I know you don't.
I wish I could kick and swivel all fucking day, baby. Do some lucha, and at the end, drop somebody on their head, Japanese style.
Yeah.
And that's it. But we'll do it. If we need to do comedy, we'll do it. If we need to do technical wrestling, we'll do it. Lucha, do it, whatever.
Absolutely.
And honestly, you have to be a chameleon in wrestling. And being that's how we were on the indies, that's how we went to go wrestle everywhere. And we were ready. We already went to Canada. We were wrestling people from all over. So we already had the experience and the acumen to take on what they were throwing at us. And it was literally sink or swim, right? So we do the match with DCC, it goes well. Everybody's okay. So then the next day we show up, we don't know what the fuck is going on. And back then, they used to do 5 days of taping. It used to be terrible. Because you're there at 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then we were Super Joe in the beginning. We get there an hour early. We say hello to everybody.
11 a.m. to 12 a.m. you mean sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. So we're there super early. It's Orlando. It's fucking hot.
Yeah, it's fucking
we're all
hot.
done up in nice suits and shit. Now we don't give a fuck. But back then, we're like, yes, you know, we're trying to get a job, of course.
Yeah.
And you always put your best foot forward. So then the second day, we're going to wrestle Hector Garza, Laredo Kid, it's us, Reno Scum, and Decay in a four-way tag match, right?
Yep.
So Scott Demore was our agent, right, at the time. So we're with Laredo Kid and Garza, like by the side, and we're calling the match, and we're figuring out what we're going to do, and we're talking. And then Scott brings Decay over and goes, all right, let me hear the match, guys. What's up? Blah, blah, blah. We start calling the match, and they're like, okay. And Scott's like, okay. And he goes, all right, well, LAX is up, which we knew, right? And we were like, kayfabe, spoiler alert. So they were like, all right, LAX up. And we're like, okay, cool. And then he was like, oh, yeah, and this is for the titles. And then me and Santana look at each other and we're like, we mouth like, what the fuck is going on?
Legit.
What did he just say? And he literally stops the conversation. He goes, Scott, what, for the titles? And he goes, yeah, for the titles. And this motherfucker goes, he hugs Scott. He goes, thank you, man. You know what I mean? Like, oh, shit. Right? So he kind of has that moment. We play it cool.
I didn't hug Scott.
You hugged Scott.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Not at that time.
I didn't fucking hug Scott.
Yeah. We'll argue all day back and forth, but it's not an important part of the story. Anyways,
the hug is neither here nor there at this point.
We play it cool. We play cool, whatever. And then like the little meeting breaks, and then we walk off to the side, and we're like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like yo, what? We're winning the titles, and then this guy is such a nervous Nelly. Like he's always like, but I don't know if he always overthinks things. That's just who he is, right? So then he was like, but whatever. We have the match. We do the moment. We're on Cloud 9. We have Riot. We're playing it cool in front of everybody. Then we get back to the hotel room, and we sit down, and we're holding the TNA fucking tag team titles, man.
And they heavy as fuck.
And we had that moment. We both had that moment, you know what I mean? And we were like, man.
All those car rides came back, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then even then, we weren't contracted. So we didn't know what the fuck was going on.
We were about to pull the punk. You do the kiss, and then you walk away with the belt.
The second day, we finished the loop. We finished the loop. No one. Yeah, we want to do that so bad. So we finished the loop. We see Jeff Jarrett on the last day. We have very minimal conversation. Jeff Jarrett, happy, and he goes, "What's up, boys?" And we're like, "Hey," you know what I mean? We're still Super Joe. Yeah, hello, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
And then he's like, "Hey,"
hi, sir, how you doing?
And then he comes up to us and goes, "Y'all taking the titles home?" And we were like, I mean, yeah, if you let us.
Yeah, word.
And then he's, take him home, whatever, we'll talk. Great job. He gave us a hug. He was like, thank you. And he left. And we're just like, that's a good thing. Yeah, whatever.
So let's go before he hits the deposit. Hold on, let's go out of here.
Literally leave. We don't get our contract until almost the end of the week that they email us a contract. So for like 4 or 5 days, we weren't on the contract, and he let us take the titles home. And the whole entire time, he's like, are we going to get signed? Like,
so you're the champs, and you're wondering.
We're showing up on Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
Even though we're in WWE, we were still WCW. We had
just to fuck with people's heads.
We just want to do
WCW.
That's it, Doesn't even matter if I actually go anywhere.
And just spit at somebody.
You guys told this great story about all the sacrifices you guys made. Talk to me about, now you're the tag team champions, first time ever, the real TNA tag team champions. Now you're on a plane, headed back to New York. You're going to walk into your house with this fucking belt in your hand. Are you looking at your family now and going, look, this is what it was for?
That was pre me having a family. I was still living in my pop's house. You know what I mean? I was still
figuring it out. The tag team
I think when we came home, I remember opening my door, and my daughter and wifey was home, and I was like, I was still processing that whole week because we were there for like 4 days, right? 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
And
it was long.
I was still processing everything, and I remember getting home and having the belt or whatever, and I remember just I hugged my family, and I had that moment with them as soon as I got home. I just hugged my family, and I was like, everything's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be
I can
all right.
relate to that now, but at the time I was a bachelor, was a single man.
So you had kind of like a moment where you just like.
I was like, even though we didn't have a contract or we knew nothing but good was gonna come from this. That doesn't matter. I saw the internet and I saw it, and there's no way.
Because the internet always knows what's going on.
No, we saw the internet and it was blowing up with
yeah.
stuff, and we were like, there's no way that we're gonna let this opportunity go to waste.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our absolute best with this opportunity, and that's why I got home and I was like,
I say it all the time as someone who was in the business to then start a podcast. One of the things that I always stay away from, and we talked about this earlier, is being too inside with my audience and being critical of, I wouldn't have done that, or that's just, to me, it's just dumb. I just have a good time talking about what happened, where this could go, and when this can be. I always
say to everybody, and of course, everyone is entitled to their opinion. You pay your money, you go to a show, it's your
you
right
can do whatever
to
you want.
It's your right to boo.
Yeah.
As long as you don't touch the wrestlers,
no,
you're good to go.
But the main
and
thing
before you get fatued.
The main thing is enjoy professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
Even if you enjoy hating people, enjoy it.
Your success makes it hard for me, you selfish fucks, because I read the shit. Yeah. I sent you a link the other day of some dirt sheet shit, and I'm reading it, and it gets me hot. And I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. But I can't tell them what's happening because it's supposed to be a private deal. But I'm reading this, and I'm like, no, this is a fucking wrong.
It's funny. You sent me that,
it
and I'm
makes
just
me
like,
upset. I don't say anything. First of all, I don't know anything. But that's why, because I don't ask. And I don't ask because I don't want to be one of those people that is talking to somebody, and I slip. It's like I'm not even thinking about it, and info gets out.
And you're like, shit.
So even though I'm cool with you guys, I never really ask about that inside stuff.
You got plausible deniability. You don't know
because of this. It makes me dangerous. I don't want to get on here and say the wrong fucking thing. By the way, there you go, another one. Anthony again going here. The House Glory World Champ. What's going on? This here, I've been doing this for over a year now. 25 countries have downloaded this show.
100 episodes, baby!
100 episodes.
100! That's right! Another snippet! You're listening to the 100th episode with AJ fucking Ortiz!
I can't wait for him to release this as 98.
That was the plan. I don't know now.
These are just snippets. You can nip this.
I'll cut it all out. But this is going to be 98. Yeah. So you guys are you're. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. You're signed. You're the 4-time Impact Tag Team Champions now. We just told the story about what it was like coming into the division. Now, and this is me speaking, my humble opinion. You're not a part of the division anymore. You're kind of the division at this point. There's a lot of teams that either you started with that use you as a rival, and a bunch of new teams that come in that say, if I can rock with LAX, I might have a job. So now the shoe's on the other foot. Are you now looking at these new teams coming in, like the North or anyone like that are forming up where you're like, listen, we can definitely do this together?
No, not only that, we're all about making sure that we're very selfless in the ring.
But also we realize we're not nothing with our opponents.
Exactly.
We're not.
Exactly.
The reason why people we're even in the argument for being in the best tag team in the world is because we wrestled some of the best tag team in the world. You know what I mean? And we were able to go toe to toe with them. So you're only as good as your dance partner. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the reason why we get all that is because we've had really good partners, and thank God, Impact has always taken care of us. They always booked us in the best possible situations. You know what I mean?
Or even if it wasn't, we still made the best of. I remember we would get. I don't want to say heat, because to me heat is a word that you use when you're going outside to fight somebody. That's heat to me.
Yeah.
But people, they would just try to smarten us up, and when we would have enhancement matches with younger guys coming in, and they wanted us to squash them and stuff like that.
And we would give them.
And you were giving the jobbers stuff.
We would give them more than usual.
Yeah.
That they, a lot of
And we
guys
get
would be
it.
like,
We'll
yo,
get shit for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And we would just be like, yo, don't even worry. Like, we would tell the guys, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never been a fan of the squash matches.
Yeah.
Unless very rare, it's cool. You'll get that all factor. But they were going on and they were trying to build us. I completely get it. But I've always been a fond believer in wrestling. If you beat nothing, then you are nothing.
You guys have been a tag team pretty much since, what was it again, 2011? 2011,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's an 8-year run. You guys are almost
Going on
like
9.
dinosaurs.
We would
at
like
this
to
point.
say 11 at this point.
There's guys that you
We've been
faced.
tag teaming 15 years.
There's guys that you faced a few years ago that probably aren't even tagging or even in the business anymore.
Yeah,
you guys have been doing this for a long time, but you're still very young. I mean,
sir.
the bump card's kind of full, but you're still very young.
My body's not young, but
Yeah, the bodies aren't young.
In all actuality,
especially at
we
your
are.
style. I saw that street sweeper go away real fast.
It had to go away, man.
I'm
We
gonna-
only pull it out for big shows.
There you go. Well, or in big opponents.
as long as our families are taken care of and they can live great, amazing
Fuck
lives,
my body.
Yeah.
I'm okay to
No.
if I could limp to chase my daughter, I'm okay.
Okay.
I may not run, but I'll get to you.
Like the leg brace on the bus the other day.
That's cool technology. Bro, the way technology's going, we're going to just become bionic men. They're going to just replace everything in us and we'll be fine.
And then you'll get another 20 years out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are widely considered the best tag team in the world at this point. You always kind of felt like you would be, but now it's the public telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
one of the best tag teams in the world. When you yourselves, and I'm asking from your POV now, when you walk through that curtain, when you get in that ring, does it even matter who that opponent is at that point? Are you guys so confident right now about your level that do you still feel like you need that right opponent, or you feel like right now you can get in there with just about anybody?
Right now, we just want to make magic with anybody. Because to me, that's the true sign of a true professional
When you can
wrestler.
wrestle a broomstick. Bret Hart can wrestle a broomstick. He'll sell his ass off of that broomstick,
It doesn't
bro.
matter who's in
He'll
there.
work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's in there.
4
we
out
make
of
it
10.
work,
Yeah.
and we want to have fun, and we want to make sure that the person that's facing us comes out with something.
Yeah.
Whether it's more notoriety, whether it's learning something, whether it's as long as they come out of the match like with something, bro.
And we want to learn too, because just because we've wrestled the amount of matches that we have, hundreds at this point, if not thousands.
And not just Impact, but I mean, you guys are wrestling all over the world now.
Yes.
Mexico, Puerto Rico, you guys are over in the UK. Are we seeing a trip to Japan at some point?
It needs to happen.
Needs to happen. I know he's begging for it over here.
It's going to happen. We are working on that. It will happen sooner than later.
Gotta get those visas going, boys.
To go back to your point, we also want to leave behind a good legacy. We also just believe in being good human beings, be good dudes. We want to pay it forward.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah,
That's one thing that was always instilled in us from the beginning. Magic, Homicide.
Yeah.
Everybody who's interrupted this interview has been high into your life, except
every
for
person. Thankfully, we've been surrounded with people that have always spit positivity to us and always made sure that do the right thing, man, and always stay humble.
Yeah.
Always
Absolutely.
never forget where you come from.
You don't. Right now, we're on the up. We're on a rise right now.
yeah,
And
hot. You're hot.
And we're going to keep going.
I can't wait for this rub when I release this.
at least another 5 years of just grinding out, having these matches, setting our legacy. Eventually, it's not going to last forever.
I was going to ask that eventually what the exit plan
you'll
is
go
here.
down, but you never know who you're going to meet on the way back down. It could be that
Absolutely.
one person that you were a total piece of shit to 7 years ago. You best believe that person will never forget that. You know what I mean? I remember the people that were really good to me. I know in my head right now, I can name 5 wrestlers off the top that were good-ass human beings to us.
And non-wrestlers, I was okay.
And non-wrestlers.
I know that the people listening to this show probably don't believe me, but there was a point in time when the two of them would ask my criticism of their matches.
True story.
That's how far back they would
True
go.
story,
Angel would have a match, and he would come in the back, yo, for real though, how was that?
Because I'm a firm believer, even at this point, I want everyone's opinion.
Right, exactly.
I want the casual fan's opinion. I want the smart fan's opinion. I want the non-wrestling fan opinion.
Absolutely.
You need everyone's opinion. I read more of the dirt sheets and I'll watch reviews, and it's like, why? Why do you even bother with that shit?
It's like an athlete watching SportsCenter, right?
Yeah,
you don't want to get inside your own
when
head.
When people shit on me, I laugh at it, but sometimes they have a point, and I'll be like, I'm not going to tell them this, but maybe I should have went for the cover there. They're right. You know what I mean? It's just little things you never know because you get so stuck up in your stick.
New Master 69 said that I probably shouldn't have pulled the trunk at that point.
And maybe,
I got to keep an eye out for that shit.
And New Master 69 was right in that one moment.
In that one
Everything
moment,
else might be bullshit.
He might have been.
Yeah. But I want to go back before I forget this. While Kingston.
Kingston.
Vete pa'l carajo, bro.
18 years.
Kingston's back.
I just want to thank Eddie Kingston for teaching me how to tell a story. If it wasn't for Eddie Kingston, I wouldn't be at this point in my career. Thank you, Eddie Kingston.
And they should thank me because all they were was spot monkeys before they came to me and talked to me. Especially this one over here, fucking drastic
he knows
over
how to
here.
do a back roll.
I do. Motherfucker, I'll lucha the shit out of you on my worst day.
Never that.
You're welcome. First, one, keep it on it.
Skyder.
I always wanted to get him on the show, and now I know that whiskey is the way to do it.
Yeah,
whiskey is the way to do it.
You got a cameo. So when you put up episode 98, the 100th episode,
it's going to be LAX featuring Eddie Kingston.
with appearance.
98.
Yeah.
And a half.
Appearances by Eddie Kingston.
Back at Impact, would he get a speech for that many run-ins on a single match? That's like his third run-in on this.
Yes. We always get speeches in the back from Eddie Kingston. We love him, though. Just to go back before I forget, you brought them up earlier, and I definitely want to give them, all due respect. The Rascals in the North, I'm going to let you know, we've been wrestling these dudes for years already on the indies. The world is now, they got a bigger platform. They're not ready. Like, I've seen these guys, those 4 men, or even Trade, those 5 men go and put on phenomenal matches. Like, the world is not ready.
They're going to be the faces of
100%.
Impact Wrestling's tag division. 100%. And they're amazing. They're great dudes.
Thank you.
They
the Modelo is finally here. Thank you.
They're great dudes. They
cheers, boys. Thank you so much for doing this.
The Deaners too. Desi, his squad has been getting a lot better.
Yep.
I was there. I did an episode on the Hammerstein Ballroom show that I went to. I'm not Hammerstein. I'm sorry. Melrose Ballroom that I went to. Yes.
It's just.
Oh my God, Rosemary. That was my one takeaway from that show. Like, I saw a lot of cool stuff. That entrance with that song.
Yeah, Rosemary's the best, man.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys now starting to become like a full package show? Because I will admittedly say I hadn't watched a whole full show in a long time. So having the opportunity to sip through live, through the explosion stuff, and just the way that you guys tape, it's a really awesome show to sit through.
Yes,
like, it's more of a complete show than it was a long time ago when I was watching it full time.
It's because now
all the chefs got out of that kitchen, right?
Not only that,
less
but
hands.
everyone that's on that roster right now
Scott
is
and
there
Don,
to work.
Scott and Don
Everybody
changed a lot of stuff,
yes.
and we have a really good roster.
Everybody's there to work. Everybody comes to work. Nobody goes there to half-ass. Nobody.
No.
And that's what's
especially for the
bringing-
pay-per-views.
And that's what's bringing the morale of the whole company up.
Yes.
And that's why, thankfully, people are starting to look at the company more in a positive light, because there's a lot of people there that are really putting in awesome work, and they're working on build. We were some of the first guys to start that. When we look around, we barely see anybody that we.
There's a handful of people. There's a handful of people that's
maybe
still there.
like 3-4 people that we started there with.
Yeah.
And everyone is there.
Well, that's why I was making the observation before that you guys feel more like the division than a part of the division
100%.
because a lot of these guys are using you as a litmus test. Even outside of Impact, when I see you guys perform on indie shows now or when you travel, I mean, we got people from other countries going, oh, fuck yeah, we got LAX this week and all kinds of shit.
The reception.
They're sharing your shit for you now. Remember before we was coming out, we couldn't get a share for shit?
And it's awesome.
And now they're tagging you guys and all this shit now.
And it's awesome because it goes back to what we always said when we got into this shit. We just want to be the best.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
The best.
We want to be one of the best, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And
I want people to argue. And we're in the argument. That's it.
Yeah.
If we're in the argument, mission accomplished. Yeah. And people will be like,
the
no,
legacy-
fuck you.
like the
LAX,
legacy
no,
that-
fuck you. Yo,
Yeah.
Bucks, no, fuck you. Usos.
Yeah.
Whatever. As long as they say LAX, Ortiz and Santana.
Like the legacy that the Hardys and the Dudleys, Edge and Christian,
Yeah.
Tag team
you know,
gods.
all the tag team guys,
Rockers.
You're trying to get into the upper
we
echelon.
want to be there. You know what I mean?
It must have been
Like,
nice facing them then, because you guys have faced those guys before
yeah,
in the
both
past.
were awesome.
Yes.
Devon's
like-
last match.
But like
Crazy.
that, that after you're
Man,
gone,
you guys are
after
popular.
whatever-
You get picked a lot, huh?
After everything, that's gonna last forever. That you're one of the best,
Yeah.
and you're in the conversation.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, considering that there was an LAX before you, there's an LAX now with you, I will not go that far as to ask you what the future holds for you because I know that's a private thing. I will ask this, regardless of what that is. Do you, A, think there will be an LAX after you, and B, would you be in support of that idea? If the legacy, so to speak, was to continue on through someone else.
Good luck.
Will you be? Well, I mean, good luck. But to be fair, good luck to you too when you started and you guys ended up doing it.
But there
so.
was enough of a gap in time.
Oh yeah, no,
that
definitely, yeah.
for-
Not
if-
only that,
If something were to pop up, let's say right now out of nowhere, I don't think
Yeah.
the fans or anyone will receive them well. With time and given time, let's say, because I'm looking at Santana. He probably got about 5 more years, and then he wants to chill out and enjoy his money and be on Puerto Rico and eat mofongo all day.
Yeah,
This
it's
guy
getting
don't wanna do
harder and
nothing.
harder for you to leave that island.
Yeah.
You're on your way back there tomorrow.
Right now, yeah.
bruh.
I'm holding him up from rest. He's
Hey.
about to get on that plane in the AM.
His body's physically here, but he ain't here.
Oh,
He's,
no,
he's
yeah,
still
yeah.
in Puerto Rico right now.
I'm
bro.
surprised he took one bump today. He's like, listen, I gotta get on the beach, bitch. I got things to do.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I told you guys I wouldn't keep you. I actually kept you longer than I thought I was going to, but we've been rocking and rolling.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah.
just want to say, going back to what you asked, if they do a reincarnation of LAX, and if they do decide to bring in new guys and continue the brand and continue,
Yeah.
whoever those guys are, if it does happen, use the platform to educate. Use the platform to encourage. Use the platform to continue showing that, again, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you've gone through. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters, man. When you work hard at something, it happens. And in wrestling, there's not a lot of Latinos at a high peak doing what we've been doing, us, the Lucha Bros. Like, we've been holding down the Latino culture for the past few years on the scene.
On your backs,
And
Literally.
like whoever's gonna come and take that, use the brand to continue elevating our people, bro.
Hell
That's
yeah.
it.
But good luck.
Yeah, good luck. I'm not. Hey, listen, I'm not in the know. I don't know if they've got plans.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, I will say this.
I just asked the question because A, it's a question I'm sure no one else is going to ask you,
Yeah,
and B, I'm
100%.
asking
You're the
because
first person to ask
I
that
didn't
question.
think there'd be a legacy after them. So I can't rule out the idea that
100%.
perhaps there might be a legacy after you. But I agree. Good luck following this
I
act.
think-
Because I will say that I think internationally you guys did something with the brand that Hernandez and Homicide didn't. I think nationally they put the Hispanic thing, the culture on Front Street. They had great matches, the Styles and
Yes,
Daniel
amazing
matches,
matches,
and
yep.
the Motor City Machine Gun matches from back in the day.
The Dullies.
You guys, the Team 3D.
Yep.
I don't want to get sued. You guys did it with a whole nother generation of guys. You're doing it now with that same brand.
Around the whole world, we've waved that Puerto Rican flag in Germany, Amsterdam, Mexico, Canada,
Soon to be
and
Japan.
the United States, soon to be Japan. Anywhere we go, we take that flag with us.
Yeah,
and,
man.
and
Absolutely.
we
And
I
take our
mean,
people with
he
us.
literally wears it over his heart, and I wear my heart on my sleeve.
There you go.
For people that don't know, I have the Puerto Rican flag.
Well, what
on
I
my
have
sleeve.
on my arm, because the next question I'm going to give you guys here, a little LES
LES,
from back in the day.
After you
When
do.
I was a kid, growing up in the LES, what I wanted to be was the most famous performer to come out of Lower East Side. I said, I'm going to get into this business. I'm going to be fucking famous. Watch. And now it's impossible because these two niggas came in here, and I said it. Now I'm not going to edit it out.
I had the Avenue D hat in my
Well, I'm not from the LES, so
I
you
know,
got one.
I
Just
was
one,
like-
just one.
debuted and I had the Avenue D Scully on. When I went to go visit my grandmother and I saw everybody on the block, bruh, the love.
Yeah.
And, bro, and that to me is everything. If I could get love in my hood and show that I'm representing.
Because I
these
think people from around the world sometimes underestimate what that means to guys like us, because I feel the same way. I did not ascend to your level. You know, I do the show. I did a few shows here and there. You know, I made my rounds. I got my miles in. But when I walk through the old hood and somebody I don't know walk up to me, your Orsini was good. It might have been the pro stuff. It might have been the backyard stuff. I don't know. But the fact that somebody, like I made a mark on somebody like that,
100%.
it's huge for me.
And it's
For
in
you
your
guys,
hood.
you guys got hundreds and thousands of millions of people around the world looking at you
not
guys.
Yet, not
like,
millions
Bro,
yet,
if I
not
could buy
millions yet,
back
soon.
Avenue D from gentrification, bro, I would
That's
do
not
it.
gonna
bring
happen.
it back to the bodegas and the
You better get
pasteles.
some-
If
You better get some Donald Trump money
Bro,
to
if I
do
could
that.
if I could buy back Avenue D, bro, just that street across from the projects, and just give it back to the people, I'd die a happy man.
This guy is gonna become a landlord, you know? That's his
bruh.
retirement plan.
Hey, man.
Well, the music's
slumlord.
The music's off in here. It looks like they're starting to break shit down.
He's gonna walk in. I am the lord of the slums.
I literally worked all this time just to buy you bitches.
You see this?
Why not invest? Why not
Everything
invest
the
your
light
money?
touches is now yours.
Yes. Why ain't kicking
Why
them
not,
out?
why not invest your money into
But
your
Daddy,
back
what's
into your
that over
community?
there?
Portfolios and whatnot. I was actually literally wrapping up because it looks like we gotta get out of here. But listen, I wanted to take this quick moment, first of all, to thank you because now the audience can clearly hear me. So I wanted to take this time to thank you guys for doing this. I know I just took up all your chill time. That's my bad.
Nah, you good.
But we're all gonna go home and do the same recreational activity anyway. So thank you guys. Congratulations
Thank you.
on all this success. I've seen you guys.
We'll do it again. We can
from
go
a
more in
very-
depth.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you in particular, Santana. I mean, you were this close, bro. This close. You were one phone call and one plane ride away from letting all this go. You wouldn't have been here. And
Yeah.
thank God that didn't happen.
Don't thank God. Thank me. I'm the one that kept him. Thank me. You know how many times?
When I thank
MP.
God, isn't it the same thing as thinking?
No. I don't have a God complex. I don't. Cheers. No, yeah.
Mr. Ray,
Thank our Lord
have
and
a good
Savior.
one.
But for sure, man, there was plenty of times. But, man, we stuck through it. And the key to life is consistency. And we stood consistent, and it paid off. Consistency is key.
Absolutely. Congratulations to you guys. We're shaking
Thank you,
hands
man.
now. There's no video.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to do this.
Yeah.
Hopefully this whole audio thing works out. But I got
Hell
a
yeah.
100th episode. You guys are heading overseas, so thank you guys. You're heading back to Puerto Rico tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
I have work tomorrow, so go fuck yourself. All right, guys. That is Orsini signing off here from the hashtag 5150. I got Pinky Sanchez here in the corner giving me dap. And we'll see you guys later on.
Welcome to our dirty show. This is Uncensored Mine. If you listen to my daddy's out, you should buy me toys. He's a good daddy.